This is the day 3 of the new season. I wanted to say that I intentionally waited for 3 days so I could give you a more accurate walkthrough of the new season, but really I was just procrastinating. But out of the massive 14 subscribers, many of you were kind enough to leave your comment in the previous videos. Among them, Cell Power's comment has become a new motivation this week to get this done. So welcome to another video of Sunflower Land. My name is RV. If you want to find out nearly everything that you need to know about the new season, you have come to the right place. In this video, I will talk about the new features and contents, including composting, fertilizers, fishing, beach, fast travel, bananas, and the Kraken. I will also cover all seasonal items, rewards, and collection, and how to get them. We've got much to cover in this video, and I'll break them down one by one for you. So if you want to get the best out of this season, make sure you watch until the end. A bit of disclaimer, the information in this video is subject to change as Sunflower Land is a constant evolving Web3 game. And please don't take anything I say as financial advice. Before we start, if you don't want to miss out gameplay, strategy, and walkthrough contents like this, subscribe to the channel and I will do my best to keep you updated with the latest Sunflower Land content. So let's get started. Some basic information of this season. The name of the season is Catch the Kraken. It begins on 1st of November 2023 all the way until 31st of January 2024. We are talking about a full 92 days or 13 weeks. The seasonal tickets of this season is known as the Mermaid scales. As usual, you can use them to craft limited edition wearables and collectibles. All of the seasonal items will only be withdrawable or tradable after the last day of availability, which can mean the last auction or when it's no longer mintable in game. If you are a serious player, one of the things you must have is the seasonal banner. In case you don't already know, with Catch the Kraken banner, you will be enjoying some pretty attractive perks, including 25% SFL discount on all seasonal items when you craft them, a free seasonal banner that you can and must place on your farm to enjoy the benefits, a free seasonal wearable airdrop to you at some point. This is usually a onesie, and many people are speculating that for this season it will be a banana onesie that gives some boost while harvesting banana. With the banner, you will also get bonus seasonal tickets, which is why it's super important. With every delivery you complete, you will get a bonus 2 Mermaid scales, and these add up pretty quickly. And of course, also very cool to have an additional 10% of experience eating any food. So I don't know about you, but if you're watching this video, you probably care enough about this season, and I would say a Kraken banner is a must-have. If you didn't get it at the discounted price, it's currently selling for $8.99 US. Alright, now that's out of the way, let's talk about how to obtain Mermaid scales. Now, apart from the new features and gameplay contents, the main mechanisms of this season are very similar to the previous season. First of all, of course, you have the Hank's daily chores that resets daily at 0 UTC. Based on the chores appear on the first 3 days of the new season, they look very similar to the last season as well. But do note that the game developer could throw a few new ones in every now and then. However, if they are going to be the same, the daily chores will give you around 11 to 19 tickets every day, depending on the difficulty of the chores. Now, some of the trickier chores from the past season include eat 2 eggplant cakes, eat 2 fancy fries, eat 3 fermented carrots, eat 2 sauerkraut. So make sure you always have this stacked up so that you can deliver them on time. Other than that, you have the mine 10 gold, harvest 20 eggs. Make sure you don't mine or harvest this just before the daily reset time. And of course, we still have the harvest 1000 sunflowers chore that is everybody's favorite. Now, if you want to get the most out of this season, the general rule of thumb is always time your harvest or cooking or mining accordingly. Make sure that you have your plots or buildings or minerals always ready at the daily reset time. After all, you do not want any back-to-back difficult chores to ruin your season. Now, just like the last season, if you don't have the capacity to finish a specific chore today, say day 1, you will still have 48 hours to complete, which means you can finish it on day 2. Now, if you do skip or complete that said chore on day 2 in time, you will see a new day 2 chore popping up, which means you are not missing out anything. But the best practice is, of course, to always complete it within the day if you could. Well, you can also find the update of the daily chores in Discord under the Sun Forum, where the moderator Elias will post them every day near reset time. Now, apart from that, you can also get Mermaid scales from deliveries. It resets daily at 0 UTC, and as long as you have 14 expansions on your farm, the daily deliveries will be one of the main sources to attain Mermaid scales. Now, assuming that you have the seasonal banner, you get to collect 56 Mermaid scales daily, and that is if you complete all the daily deliveries and help keeping this guy the richest person in the Pumpkin Plaza. Now, compared to the last season, that's additional 25 seasonal tickets thanks to Shelly, Finlay, Miranda, and Finn. They are the additional NPCs accepting orders daily. The deliveries feature has the same 48-hour rule applied, and you can too skip them if you cannot fulfill any. Next, you can also get 1 Mermaid scale every day from the daily chest, so make sure you do remember to claim them. Look at my streak, 172 days. I don't believe I have missed a single day. Of course, the question that everybody has been asking is if Bert will continue to be obsessed with collectibles this season, and the answer is yes. But hey, look, the first thing that he asked for this season is an anchovy fish. According to Adam's words, Bert has a little tweak this season because they are incorporating a lot more non-tradable items to ensure that our hardest working collectors are rewarded. So I don't know what you think, but that's a good change for me, for I can now focus more on in-game gameplay rather than speculating what overpriced tradable items that I will have to buy every 3 days from the OpenSea. Again, you might or might not think it's a good change. If you do, or if you do not, let me know why in the comment section. Here we are at the final way to get Mermaid scales. Well, it's the one that only a handful of people will be happy about at the end of the season. Yes, I'm talking about the Mermaid scales dropped from your crop harvesting. Well, you can check if you've gotten any Mermaid scales from the current crops planted at sfl.world. I'll leave the link down below. Thanks to the creator of this site, and welcome to the club of frantically clicking the refresh every time you planted something. Well, again, if you're familiar with the last season, the bonus Mermaid scales that you will get from crop harvesting will very likely become the determining factor for winning the seasons. For the most determined and luckiest player will be able to mint the rarest items in the season. Now, is this the best game design? I don't know, but that's what we have at the moment. There's very little part of the game that you can strategize to win, so you just have to make sure that you are committed to doing everything right. So let's talk about what's new in this season. First of all, banana. Not much to explain about the banana except for its fruit. You can buy the seed here, plant them, use them for deliveries, make a banana blast. The next thing that is also new in this season is the banana chicken. Now, we have always have mutant chickens that boost the egg production, but banana chicken seems to be boosting bananas instead. So good luck getting it. What else is new? This little icon down here at the bottom left is new. Apart from deliveries and chores tab on it, you have the travel tab now, where you can instantly travel to the new area beach or woodlands without walking through Pumpkin Plaza. And of course, wherever you are in the Pumpkin Plaza, if you want to return to your home, all you need to do is to click on this icon one more time and click home, then instantly you are back. It's really like teleporting. Now, the beach is new. The beach is located at the left side of the Pumpkin Plaza. You can instantly travel to there, and on the beach you will meet various new NPCs where you can complete the daily deliveries for Mermaid scales and SFL. Well, among them, the two that I usually skip, especially at the beginning of the season, are Corelli, because I want to save the precious fish for future use, and also Tango up here because I know I will run out of fruit at some point thanks to this guy. So you be your own judge. On the beach, you can also see some work in progress areas like the new treasure island or the fish shop. Those are new future contents to be unlocked. Composting and fertilizers. As you can see on the white paper, the composter is useful to produce fertilizers and worms that will be used as bait for fishing. Now, there are 3 types of composter: the compost bin, the turbo composter, and the premium composter. These are requirements to build them, and each of them will require different resources to compost. For example, bean will require something like 5 sunflowers, 3 pumpkins, and 2 carrots. Turbo will require something like 5 kale and 1 egg, and premium will require something like 2 oranges, 2 blueberries, and 3 eggs. They will each take 6 hours, 8 hours, and 12 hours to complete. Now, essentially, every time you compost, you'll get 2 things: fertilizer and worm. With compost bin, you will get certain number of earthworms and 10 sprout mix. Sprout mix is the fertilizer that will increase your crop yield by 0.2. The turbo composter will give you certain amount of drops and 3 fruitful blend. Fruitful blend boost each fruit yield by 0.1. And of course, the premium composter will give you certain amount of red wigglers and 10 rapid root. Rapid root is really fun because it reduces your crop growth time by 50%. So this is going to be useful for some of the back-to-back difficult daily chores. To use the fertilizers, you can just select it and apply it to the soil to boost the crop or fruit. Once you apply it, you will see a small icon indicating the fertilizer buff. So finally, we can now talk about the next new thing in this season, fishing. Well, the purpose of fishing, at least at this moment, is that you can use it for cooking or leveling up. You can basically eat it raw or cook gumbo, chowder, fermented fish with specific fish. You can also use the fish to complete quests and unlock rewards. I'll talk more about that later. And most importantly, you can also fulfill the daily deliveries to get SFL and Mermaid skills. Now, the first thing you need to know about fishing is you will need 2 basic items to fish. Number 1, the fishing rod, which can be crafted at the workbench at your farm for one-time use. Each rod will cost 3 wood, 1 stone, and 0.0625 SFL. The second thing you need is, of course, the bait. As mentioned, you get them through composting. There are 3 types of bait for different types of fish: earthworm, grub, and red wiggler. So once you have them, go to the dock at your farm, click on reeling rod, and you will be able to select your bait, cast the rod, and reel it in when it's ready. It is as easy as that. Now, essentially, 3 things could happen while fishing during this season. Number 1, you catch a fish successfully. Number 2, you get a treasure bounty instead of fish. And number 3, you get a Kraken tentacle. More about this later. Now, the default daily fishing limit is 20 per day. As you can see here, I've used up all my cast. So make sure you plan your fishing accordingly instead of just hitting the button 20 times first thing in the morning. Now, to make this a little bit more interesting, you can also attract fish by throwing charm into the water. Different types of charm will require different amount. For example, the iron will require 5, the sunflower will require 50, and the potato will require 20. Word is, certain type of fish can only be obtained with specific types of charm. Once again, more about that later. Now, how do you catch Kraken Tentacle? One of the deliveries that offers the most mermaid skills is Shelly's. With the seasonal banner, you can trade a Kraken Tentacle for 12 mermaid scales every day. At the time of this video, you can catch up to 8 tentacles every week, while you can only do 1 delivery a day to Shelly. Word is that the team is working on making Shelly able to accept 7 or 8 tentacles at once every week. So if you come to the beach and talk to Shelly, she'll be telling you that the Kraken's appetite is constantly changing. If you click next, it will tell you what it's hungry for now. In this case, it's the cabbage. So all you need to do is to go back to your farm, click on fishing, select earthworm, and add cabbage as your charm. And next, you will find yourself playing this mini game right here, where you will be given 30 seconds to reel in the Kraken tentacle and to deplete its energy. And if you're unable to do it within 30 seconds, it will escape and you will have to do it all over again. A bit of warning, some players mentioned that this mini game can be a little tricky if you are playing on the phone. If you choose to, you can collect up to 8 tentacles in the same week at once, but just remember to go back to Shelly to check on what is the next charm that the Kraken is hungry for. It will be different every time you catch one. The Sunflower Land Codex will be your best friend. Simply go to the bottom left and click on this icon. Here, you will be able to see all the types of the fish that you have caught. If you can see, there are mainly 4 categories of fish: basic, advanced, expert, and marine marvels. Among them, the marine marvels are the rarest ones and can be used as decoration on your farm. The Radiant Ray and Gilded Swordfish will give a bit of boost for your farming on iron and gold respectively. Now if you click into each type of fish, you'll be able to see the required bait to catch them. For example, a white shark can only be caught with red wiggler, and this means that you must use this type of bait to get this specific fish, but it does not guarantee it. For you could still get the treasure bounty instead of fish. Now you will notice that except for the basic fish, you can get all the other types of fish using a fishing lure as well. Now, it is not clear to me if fishing lure will guarantee a fish Or is it just an alternative for bait when you run out of them? But to get them, you just need to go to the beach, talk to Finn, and you will be able to buy them at 1 block buck each. Now, in the Codex, you will also see a list of the items that you can get by progressing and unlocking the quest. If you catch each basic fish, you'll be able to claim the sunflower rod, which will give you additional 10% chance to get +1 fish. If you catch all advanced fish, you can mint a beautiful fishing hat with no boost utility. If you catch 300 fish, you can then increase your daily limit to 30 casts with angler waders. If you discover all types of fish, you can then claim the bucket of worms, which gives you additional worm every time you compost. If you catch 1,500 fishes, you can get the trident that gives you 20% chance to get an additional fish. And best of all, if you catch one of every marine marvel, you can then get the luminous anglerfish topper, which gives you 50% additional experience while you consume fish. Again, I don't know if the boost effect is limited to consuming raw fish or it also includes dishes made of fish. Why don't you let me know when you try it out? So finally, we're at the big question that we are all asking: how to catch a specific type of fish? Well, the fishing feature is all about experimentation, and the players will have to pay attention to a few factors that could influence the results. Number one, of course, your bait and charm combination. Number two, the time. The first 12 hours of the day is known as dawn light, and as you can see, we are now at the later 12 hours of the day, which is known as dusk tide. It's kind of like AM and PM, if you get the idea. Number three, fish frenzy and full moon. Now, this happens once in a while. While it does, it lasts for the entire day. It will greatly increase the chance of finding marine marvels, and you will get +1 for every fish that you catch. When it happens, you will see this sign on top of Reeling Roy, and so happen at the time of recording this video, it is fish frenzy time. I believe Adam mentioned in one of the streams that full moon will coincide with the actual full moon in the real world. So we'll see about that. Number four, the weather. Well, according to the document, it did mention changing weather conditions such as sunny, windy, and overcast, but it's unclear now if this part has made it to the game officially, for you cannot see anywhere in the UI of the game. Now, considering all of the factors mentioned, it is important to know that certain types of fish can only be caught with the right combination. Some combinations will cause certain fish to more likely appear, while others can guarantee a specific catch. Unfortunately, nobody has all of the answers right now. The best way we can crack the code right now is by looking for hidden hints in the game and by participating in the discussion with the rest of the community members in Discord Sunflorum channel, where you can also get to see the combinations that others use to catch a specific fish, and also to contribute your data to help identifying the pattern. There are many active members like tourists who helps compiling the data, so hopefully we'll figure out as much as we can as a community. You can also choose to participate at sfl.world by contributing your results. Just note that wherever you get information from, there's always a good chance that bad actors could intentionally input the wrong information just to confuse the rest of us. Now, at the time of this video, there are only 3 guaranteed combinations found, which is for anchovy, tuna, and red snapper. And until we have a master compilation of the data, I would usually just go to Discord, search the keyword of the type of fish I intend to catch, and get an idea of what everybody else is doing. Now finally, let's talk about the seasonal race for the seasonal items. Now when it comes to choosing your gameplay strategy for this season, it all comes down to knowing your seasonal goal. In other words, what reward do you want to get out of this season? Essentially, you could just chill and mindlessly do what you wish and get whatever items that is available to you, or you could define the specific items that you want and strategize while constantly monitor your progress to attain them. You can even just sit out the whole seasonal race and profit off the competitive players by selling them the resources that are in demand. Either way, knowing the list of seasonal items available will help you to decide your plan. So just like the previous season, there are a few places you could craft the limited seasonal items. First of all, Stella the Stylist, which offers limited time wearables with no boost utility. We have Clown Shirt, fresh catch vest, skinning knife, koi fish hat, normal fish hat, tiki armor, fishing pants, all available throughout the entire season, and limited time items like the seaside tank top, fish pro vest, tiki mask, fishing spear, stock eye salmon onesie, and of course, real fishing vest and tiki pants, which are supposed to be only available starting January, but looks like you can mint them now. Be careful not to press the button. At the other side of the Pumpkin Plaza, you will of course have Frankie, who offers limited time farm decorations with no boost utility, including lifeguard ring, surfboard, hideaway Herman, shifty Sheldon, tiki torch, and beach umbrella. Now, even if you just want to play casually throughout this season, I would advise you to pay attention to the blacksmith items as well, as these are the limited time items with boost utility that could help with your farming and fishing. From November to December 1st, we are looking at Banana, which gives you 10% additional banana growth speed. In the month of December, you will be able to mint Soil Krabby, which adds 10% composter speed. And in January, you can get Skill Shrimpy, which adds 20% experience when consuming fish. Now, of course, we will still have our auction items of this season, where you can get limited time and limited supply items. Usually, these are what the competitive players are aiming for. Among them, you have the Walrus, which gives you 1 additional fish every time you catch one. The total supply is 230. I would say this is a pretty solid item for this season, as the boost utility is really quite attractive. Next, you have the Elba, where you can get 50% chance of getting 1 additional basic fish with total supply of 800. Pretty good as well. You have another amulet this season, the Banana Amulet, that will give you additional 0.5 bananas with 500 supply. Knowledge Crab will give you double sprout mix effect with total 500 supply. In case you've forgotten, double sprout mix increases your crop yield by 0.02. So with the Knowledge Crab, you will now get 0.04. And of course, the rarest item is the Ancient Rod, which allows you to fish without using a rod. But it seems like you will still need the bait and charm to do it. This has a total supply of 105 and will be considered as the highest ticket item for this season. But many are saying that even with the angler waders, you can only catch up to 30 fishes a day. So this seemingly powerful item is somewhat limited too. Personally, I think it is not as OP as some of the items in the past season. We're talking about Infernal Pitchfork that gives you additional +3 on every crop, and even Luna's Hat that reduces cooking time by 50%. What do you think about the Ancient Rod this season? Do you think it's OP, or do you think it's kind of meh? Let me know down in the comment section, why do you think so? Now, apart from that, you can also bid for an Anchor, which is a decoration with 800 supply, Kraken Head decoration with 400 supply, Abyssal Angler Head, a wearable with 105 supply, a rare one, and of course Rubber Ducky, a rare decoration with total supply of 100. Now in this season, all of these items will be auctioned in 3 different currencies: SFL, Blockbuck, as well as Mermaid scales. For full information of the auction details, you can check once again sfl.world. A good practice will be putting down the date and time in your calendar of the items that you want to mint, so you will not forget about it. So with this information, you can strategize by choosing what items to focus on crafting with your precious Mermaid scales, or SFL and Blockbuck if you choose to. Now, along the way, we may have some pleasant or unpleasant season updates. I'll do my best to update you with those two if necessary. Overall, what I think about this season, the first impression is that there's nothing too crazy or too OP like the last season, which may or may not be a good thing for many reasons. But overall, I'm very happy with the team not changing the season mechanisms entirely. We have some familiar ones to work with. At the same time, also some cool new features and contents to enjoy from. Well, if I really have to point out, my only complaint will be how expensive the deliveries are. And now with additional NPCs, I don't know if we will have as many players playing competitively compared to the last season. I guess time will tell. So that's it. All the best with the Catch the Kraken season at Sunflowerland. I honestly don't know how many people will be watching this video or if the effort that I put in will be worth it. But if you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.